know there are gift bags going around. I'm sure some of you guys, it's all about Instagram and selfies. A lot of you guys made your way over there. Take some pictures over there, yes. Food and drinks will be served in a minute. I know some of you guys are hungry. Who had breakfast today? You guys are smart. You can't be waiting for people. But yes, listen, you're gonna get your money worth here. You're definitely gonna be well fed and well nourished. Especially with your mind as well, because there's gonna be a lot of information that is gonna be, you are so excited. This is the energy I'm talking about, right there. So yeah guys, make sure you're hashtagging the Afro Brunch NYC or just the Afro Brunch. Also tag the Instagram page. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's We Are Afro Brunch. You know what? I feel like we need to have like a special attendee. You're really excited. I feel this energy from you. You guys all look great. Make sure you're hashtagging once again, and we'll see you in a bit.
All here, when you're leaving, you will leave with your future husband in Jesus' name. You understand? You understand? Big up to all my beautiful Africans in the building, man. You guys just look so lovely. It's a beautiful energy. I love seeing black successful people all together. You know what I'm saying? We need to support one another. We had our first annual Afro Brunch last year in Brooklyn. I think if you were there, you already know how it went down. So big up to yourself for coming out. And this is just the beginning. We have more to come, different states, different countries, different continents, so look out for that. Shout out to our DJ Absolute. Give a round of applause for our DJ. You already know what time it is. Without wasting your time, I am not the host. I'm, as they would say, the messenger of the messenger. You understand? So with that being said, let me hand over the mic to the best DJ in the world, DJ Absolute.
So, I know you guys didn't come here to hear me speak, so I'm not going to waste any of your time. We are going to introduce the host, the curator, the one that put this event together, Chizi Duru, the hitter guru. Please give her a round of applause. I know y'all can do better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Okay. Here it comes.
Oh my God. Hi guys. Wow. Okay. Listen, if there's anybody in this world that tells you you can't do something, just tell them they're a liar. Okay? Absolute liar. Thank you guys so much for coming out today. It's a pleasure meeting and seeing all your beautiful faces. I'm not gonna talk too much. We're gonna have a panel talk with me, so we'll be chitting and chatting, but you still can't talk to me anyhow, you know? But I just wanted to thank you all so much for coming. Please make sure you drink, you eat, you fellowship, network, because I wanted this space to just be a safe space where we can all just network, learn, and be, you know? We just feel comfortable with each other. Please feel free to make some new friends, all right? Don't click up. Find a new person, say hello. Where'd you come from? What are you doing after this, you know? Someone just enjoy himself. Anyway, can somebody tell me that I was beautiful, please? So, I just want to quickly introduce our host of the event, my good friend, fellow digital content creator. Let's give a round of applause for Neoma Okori. All right, girl, you gonna take it away?
I am. First of all, can we get into Chizi's look today? Yeah. In the meantime, I guess we can get into what you're wearing today.
Okay, so this is okay. This is not a part of it. So I am wearing a custom piece designed by Nigerian brand Easy and Vash. We got some Nigerians in the house. Anyway, on to the street.
Right, let's get back on track here. So, guys, I am Fee, also known as Fiona. Thank you guys so much for coming. You guys all look amazing again. I said this earlier, but I gotta say it again because there's some new faces in here, and I just want to make sure. Because the room got so quiet, because I can tell you guys are like ready to learn. I see some notepads and iPads. Focus, got the glasses on, studious. Okay, so let's start this panel. Welcome again to Afro Brunch NYC. Like Chizi said, feel free to drink. I mean, you paid for it, right? Not only with money's worth. There's food. The food is amazing. Also, in the back, we are selling exclusive Afro Brunch merch. If you want a t-shirt, a tote bag, you know, be real cute. It is in the back with Chizi's mom. Chizi's mom is so beautiful, guys. You guys gotta go see her. Just say hi, you know? Okay. So without further ado, we're gonna start with how to monetize your influence on the social media panel. Because this is what we're all here for at the end of the day, right? So, first off, I want to announce Janelle B. Stewart. I like the sound effect there. Up next, we also have Stephen Onoja. Okay, you guys are having fun. Okay. Guys, come on. Well, student GQ. Up next, we have Tolu Oladapo. Right, she looks great. That's right. Up next we have Cynthia Andrew. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our panel. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm gonna start with you, Stephen.
Yep.
So you were born and raised in Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, and you also discovered your love for art at a tender age.
Yes.
So how did your family and your culture embrace your creative passions? That's one.
I felt like it was a difficult experience for me actually growing up as a kid. I felt like that was what I knew how to do. I drew, I paint when I was in school, and my parents was like, "Oh, it's a talent, go read something else." So, so it wasn't something they were actually happy about because my mom was like, "Oh, it's a talent, you could read something else." But at the time, I feel like when I go to school, right, everything was like my fine arts. I definitely have A's all true, but when it comes to other courses, I'm like way below average. So I just knew at that point that that was what I was actually meant for. But I feel like that wasn't a good stuff to actually convince them in terms of like you going after art.
I love how you wrote finance again. That's how you drew it all together. You sent to school for finance, but financially, I'm working for myself.
Yo, that's the truth because you might be doing whatever you want to do. Your parents want you to be able to make some money. Regardless, they might not tell you straightforward, oh, like we want you to be able to provide for yourself, provide for the family as well. But if you start making that whole stuff, doing whatever you're doing, they'll definitely understand regardless of what it is. So,
Can I ask you a question, Stephen, actually? So, you went to school, because I just want to paint the picture for you guys. So, you were sent to school out here, right?
Yes.
So, according to your parents' knowledge, you were studying finance.
Yeah, accounting.
Accounting.
Yes.
Did you ever finish?
No, I did not.
So, at what point? Because I'm trying to paint the picture. So, they're probably back at home like, yes, I sent my son Stephen to the yes, my son is doing well, he's in the U.S. And you were actually doing fashion.
Yes.
So what was that conversation like when you broke it down to them?
I feel like up to today I didn't broke anything. So
So I use Google Calendar, and in Google Calendar, you can literally just YouTube this. That's the thing. A lot of things you can really YouTube, but essentially you just have like different calendars within your Google Cal, whether it's meeting or filming or editing or whatever it is. If you're in school, you can say study, whatever. And then they're all color coordinated. And then if there's something that I have to do, I'll take an hour or two, maybe on a Sunday at the top of the week,
and I'll kind of just plan out, like I said, y'all want the politically correct answer or just real? Because in real life, I plan out like a day. Some people are like, oh, I plan out the whole month, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. But if you're struggling with just motivation in general, just take the night before and figure out what you're trying to do the next day. That's it. You're gonna see that your day goes so much smoother because you know, oh, when you wake up, this is what I have to do today. And this is just for, let's say, a creative that maybe you do this full time and you just kind of have the whole day to do whatever. So calendar blocking for one, and I use Google Calendar, I think it's great. But yeah, and this is so important because some people just don't know these things, and if you look up best productivity or scheduling software, you're gonna get so many. So yeah, it's great to just hear like it's great to hear what people are actually using and what works. But yeah, Google Drive as well, you can create folders for different things. Getting just organized helps so much. Like, it helps so much.
What about content editing? Any ways to make it work? Because obviously it's a daunting process. Do you do it by yourself? Do you outsource that to somebody else?
Oh my God, so editing is something that I have yet to outsource, and it is, I'm sure all y'all know, it is easily the most time-consuming, daunting task of being a creator of any sort. It's just, you can't get around it. Like, you have to sit there and edit. Stored hacks that I've kind of tried to figure out, because with YouTube, let's say I'm posting a 15-20 minute hair tutorial or makeup tutorial, that's what I'm saying, makeup tutorial, that can take up to like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours just editing those things. What I've seen requires the least amount of editing is just a talking video. Just talk. Just talk, or maybe you're twisting up your hair for a little bit and just be talking. And then that way you just kind of just cut out any little small thing that doesn't need to be, but you don't need to have all these major editing, like if you're doing an actual in-depth hair tutorial.
It seems like the halls allow you to kind of show more of yourself, more of your personality compared to the videos with 100 different areas.
Yeah.
Can you speak to that? To letting your personality shine through in those videos?
Yeah, so I mean, I think when you're a content creator of any sort, when you first start, you don't really know what to do, who you are, how to speak. So you kind of look to other creators, like, what are they doing kind of thing. So I definitely fell into that where I was just watching some people. I was like, oh, they're doing that, all right, let me talk like this kind of thing. But after a while, you get a little bit more comfortable on the camera and you get more in sync with who you are. And I just recognize, I mean, I'm Nigerian. Although I grew up in America and I have very strong ties to the American culture and just being black, I also grew up in a Nigerian household. So every day I'm always hearing my mom, my dad kind of talk and saying anyhow or random things like that. And I kind of just picked it up because it's my culture and it's what I hear all the time. And I just kind of noticed people like that. So I was like, okay, this works. And I created this whole thing, and it was actually I looked at it the other day. It was so long-winded, it was ridiculous. But I sent it out to a few brands, and I landed my first brand deal that I pitched for myself, and it was like $2,000, and I was like, wow! I was like, oh my God, this is $2,000 I wouldn't have if I didn't send this email. So that's when I realized the power in the pitch.
How many followers did you have
at that point? I was underselling myself, but at that point I had maybe 100,000 subscribers. And that included a YouTube video, an Instagram video, a photo. Yeah. Yeah, now I need to go back, I'm charging double. But yeah, so, but you know, I was first starting and it was just something to get my feet wet, and it worked out. And that's when I was like, okay, I could just keep doing this if I just spend some time curating the types of brands that I think would, one, connect with my audience and also connect with me. We can make this thing a thing. Even try and send a pitch. So if you personally actually love these products, start tagging them in the content that you create. Because something that I notice a lot of influencers don't do, or just upcoming content creators, is they'll use a product, or maybe they'll link it in the YouTube description and they think, oh, the brand is gonna see it. They get so much stuff every single day, they can't see your stuff. So make sure to tag them, make sure to also engage on their content as well, because they're looking for engagement too.
So make sure you do that, and then from there sometimes it becomes an organic partnership and they reach out. But if you find that they're still not reaching out, then you can maybe, one thing I love to do is DM the brand and say, hey, I love your stuff. You can find me here using a lot of your things. I'm looking to collaborate and would love to find out a contact or a point of contact for influencer marketing. How can I get in touch? And sometimes they'll give you an email, and sometimes they won't, and sometimes you gotta go on LinkedIn and start looking and see who do I email? Sorry, hold on. Creating content and sponsored content takes so much energy and creative juices, and a lot of times it doesn't translate as well as maybe an organic kind of video. So you will want to make sure it makes sense enough that it's worth it for you to even do in the first place, because what's happening is most of the time with sponsored content, your audience is going, it's sponsored, so I don't really, so what is worth that? What is worth that?
Come close. We are one family, one big family. Yes, everybody come together. Brunch NYC. You ready?